So we are back with another one. As you guys can probably tell, we have less trade frequency. As always, we don't really look to trade as much anymore, but I'm going to go over a trade we took about 2 days ago. Just haven't got time to do a recap. I'm going to look for longs off of here for a continuation, but I'm going to explain this first. So daily time frame GJ is clearly shifting bullish, right? We can tell that structure shifted bullish here, and then here went bullish again. So we're just expecting a continuation here. So now we scaled on with that same mentality, saying that the daily is bullish, right? So when we scale down to the 4 hour, what do we see? We also see bullish structure. 4 hour breaks of structure, break of structure, extension, retrace, extension, retrace, expecting an extension, right? So 4 hours also good to go. 4 hours bullish, hourly is bullish, daily is bullish, so we just anticipate a higher time frame extension, right? So what do we see here? We see hourly is also bullish and is currently retracing, right? So session opens and we get this expansion. This was the expansion that I wanted to trade initially, but I couldn't find an entry. So what had happened was there was news, I believe, and price really just pumped straight through. Yeah, there was news at 8:30 on price, just made massive candles and just never gave me an entry, so I couldn't make this trade. So I noticed that the 15-minute is what is currently bullish, and now it goes back bearish internally, right? But we also know that this is nothing but an internal break of structure, which is just nothing but a retracement, because price has not shifted the structure from a higher time frame perspective and is still bullish on the hourly, the 4 hour, the daily, and we can assume that this is just a retracement for a continuation. So we have a fair value gap. You don't need to complicate with all those concepts. What's another thing that we can take into account? Price goes into discount and probably hits a perfect fib. There you go. Hits a perfect Fibonacci 61.8 retracement, right? So with that being said, we scale down and we need to invalidate the internal 15-minute break of structure to the downside, right? We need to confirm that structure is what? Bullish. So with that being said, we anticipate a break of structure. We finally get it. We get a 5-minute break of structure, which helps us invalidate the 15-minute break of structure to the downside. Because every other time frame, like the hourly, the 4 hour, the daily, is saying we're going bullish. And on top of that, we're in discount and we are revisiting a fair value gap that we never filled or an inefficiency, right? So what do we wait for here? 5 minutes good. All we need to do is confirm the 1 minute. Ideally, get a entry that involves us retesting a fair value gap and validating that gap and going to the upside. So we pretty much wait for the first 1 minute break of structure to the upside, and from there we take our trade. So the 1 minute break of structure actually doesn't come where you would anticipate it, right? Because here there is no 1 minute break of structure here, right? So what do we do always? If we don't get the break of structure, we have to wait, right? So I'm not gonna lie, I entered right here, but I put my stops wider because I've seen this all happen time and time again, and I sent it out in the Discord in the same way. But where you are supposed to enter, on the other hand, is all the way, keep on going. You see here, you see a 1 minute break of structure. No, no, no. You finally see one here. You see one here, and then you see a validation of this fair value gap. It's not a strong validation, so you could still opt to wait. So you opt in to wait, see this strong break of structure, retrace, expansion again, at which point you can say, okay, we are good to go. Go long, 5 minutes good, 15 minutes good. And this is like honestly a more of a swing type trade because, well, we're deeper in the session, so we're trading it in the direction of the overall trend, and we're not looking to make a quick pump move off of like a 1 hour or like a session wide volatility. We're not trying to take advantage of session volatility. We're trying to just take advantage of market drift here. So with that being said, what can we see? We see a 5 minute retrace and a 5 minute break of structure, followed by a retest of said order block. Expect an expansion, and we trade it to the previous daily highs and take profit along the way, ultimately securing us about 5R, 4R, really like around 4.5-ish 5R. And yeah, that's that. That was a swing tape. This is pretty much a swing trade type trade, which is pretty much how you can trade. It's the same strategy. Nothing's changed. It's just how we took advantage of it. So if you can't get intra-session plays, you can also get